Community gardens have been a part of Boston's landscape for decades. Neighbors can sign up to get a small plot of land to cultivate and enjoy a little fresh air. And as Liz Neisloss tells us, those gardens hold even more meaning now.
Tucked away from downtown Boston, the Fenway Victory Gardens. Started during World War II to grow food in wartime, and to this day tended by hundreds of local residents.
Oh, mercy, mercy me.
There are more than 175 community gardens scattered like jewels through the city, including here in Dorchester, where the Greenwood Street Community Garden is thriving.
I am growing potatoes, red and white, melons, cantaloupe, watermelon, 5 different types of lettuce, red, yellow, and green peppers.
This is a modern-day victory garden, Barry Lawton says, in the fight against COVID.
We are eventually going to get rid of this. We're eventually going to have a victory.
A lot of people are home. They don't have places that they can go. Here, there's so much space and room. You can social distance and feel still part of community.
A community where there's also not enough access to produce.
The other part of it is really the lack of fresh vegetables at the one store that we have for this whole neighborhood.
Or whatever you want to try, like you're in a good time right now.
Michelle DeLima works for the Trustees, the organization that oversees many of Boston's community gardens. And she's seen requests for plots in community gardens more than double.
There's a huge sort of psychological or mental aspect to it, too, where there's a lot of stress right now, and gardening is an amazing stress release. I mean, it can be stressful in its own right when the weeds are taking over your plot. And the garden is one of those places, because gardening has this appeal that is so broad, where people actually come together and they're working to a common purpose.
That sense of common purpose sparked Boston's community gardens movement back in the late 70s, when the city was divided by court-ordered busing and littered with vacant lots. Gardens transformed neighborhoods and brought people together. Wilson Street in Mattapan was once known for violence.
Wow! You have a flower, wow! So pretty.
It's now known for this community garden that draws people in.
We've been here our whole lives, but we've seen beyond just the violence. And so what we want to show is that there's so much more to Mattapan and to Wilson Street. There's so much more to us, to people who live around here.
A garden can't solve everything, but positive things can take root.
We've all been fighting hard to get these kinds of gardens and things here, and we want to make sure that the people who are here can continue to love it and be a part of their community.
Right here?
A little bit up. Yes.
Green shoots for the next generation. Liz Neisloss, WGBH News.
If you're looking to start some city gardening of your own, the Boston Community Gardens is hosting online workshops. For more info, visit them online at thetrustees.org.